Okay, so we're going to start by going from standard form to slope-intercept form. I want you to understand something. There are step-by-step instructions. The objective is to translate from ax plus by equals c to y equals mx plus b so that we can find the slope and the y-intercept. Step 1, move the term containing the ax to the other side by either adding or subtracting it. So everybody look at the first one. ax or by. Which one's the ax or by? I'm sorry, which one's the ax? I said that backwards, I'm sorry. Just the x. Is it positive or negative? So, we're going to subtract it from both sides. Why? Because opposite of addition is subtraction. So, it says move the term, so we're moving it. So, y equals negative x plus 6. What's my slope? What's my slope? Negative 1. Thank you for saying negative 1 and not negative x. X will never be your slope. Good job. And where's my slope? I'm sorry, my y-intercept. It's 6. Let's do the next one. What do we move? The x. How do we move the x? Uh-oh. Now we need to do step 2. What's it say? Divide what? Everything by what? No, look at this. What's it say up here in step 2? By b. What is our b in this case? ax plus by equals c. What is our b? 2. 2 is our b. So we're going to divide everything by 2. So, y equals, we did a problem like this yesterday. What's it going to be? Negative 1 over x, or 1 over 2 times x plus 3. What's my slope? Negative 1/2. What's my y-intercept? 3. Okay, I want to do a harder one with y'all. So turn a page. Find the hardest one on the page. Pick a number, any number. What number y'all want? Find the hardest one. Because we're saying 9. 8. Okay, anybody else? 9, let's go for it. Ready? So remember, ax plus by equals c. So the first thing that we need to do is move the term that has the what? Ax. So which one's the ax? 1/2 x. How do we move it? We're going to subtract it from both sides. So we're going to subtract 1/2 x and subtract 1/2 x. So now I have negative 5 times y equals negative 1/2 times x plus 10. Now what do I need to do? Divide by my b. Which one's my b? Negative 5 is my b. How do you know negative 5 is the b? Because we're looking at the formula. The formula tells me a times x plus b times y equals c. So what's the b? The number next to the y? Negative 5. So that means that we need to do what? Divide everything by what? Well, that just got messy. Ready? So you have negative 5 divided by negative 5. That's going to just leave us with y. When you're dividing, how do you write negative 5? Oh, guys, y'all can tell me that you can't see the paper. How do you write negative 5 as a fraction? Negative 5 over 1. Okay. And we don't like to divide by fractions, right? So what do? We multiply by the reciprocal. I'm just doing it right here. So what is negative 1 times negative 1? Positive 1. And what's 2 times 5? And what's 10 divided by negative 5? So what is my slope? 1 over 10. What is my y-intercept? Negative 2. Does anybody have any questions about that one? Okay, ready? Any questions about standard form to slope-intercept form? Ask now. Any questions? Anything you're not sure about? Now we're going to convert point slope to slope-intercept form. This one's a little bit more detailed, so let's pay attention to the details. First of all, they want us to write the slope-intercept form of the equation of each line, and to convert from the point slope form to slope-intercept form, we must solve for the value of y. This is done in 2 steps. Yesterday, I told you we needed to distribute or multiply the number in front of the parentheses. Multiply the number in front of the parentheses to each thing inside the parentheses. Then you're going to add or subtract the number that is on the same side as the y. Here we go. Y plus 4 equals, what is negative 5 over 2 times x? What is negative 5 over 2 times negative 2? Ready? Negative 5 over 2 times negative 2 over 1. Negative 5 times negative 2. 10. 10 divided by 2. Then what do they want us to do? Subtract the number that is on the same side as the y. What's the number on the same side as the y? The what? The 4, so we're going to subtract it. What's 5 minus 4? Are we okay? We're just moving some stuff around. We're just kind of like adjusting. Okay, find the hardest problem. Which one y'all want? Huh? This one? Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to try this one. I'm going to give you about a minute. I want you to try to do this problem, and then we're going to go over it together. Okay, so this is where everybody's getting stuck. When they're multiplying a fraction times a whole number. We need to remember that every whole number can be written over what? 1. So let's do it this way. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this. You do not have to rewrite it every time. Eventually you will learn that this is what this looks like in your brain. But I'm going to show you so that you can see what it is. Okay? So, every whole number can be written over 1. The x is going to be written over 1. The 4 is going to be written over 1. So it means that we're distributing each of these to the problem. 9 over 7 times x over 1 minus 9 over 7 times 4 over 1. Why did Miss Gode put the negative in here? Oops, sorry. Let me know you can't see. Why did I put this here? I'm just doing this. I'm just bringing it down. So, this is an expanded form. This is spread out all over the place. Now we're going to multiply straight across the terms. 9 times x. 9x. 7 times 1. Minus. What's 9 times 4? 36. What's 7 times 1? We can rewrite this as 9 over 7 times the value of x, because it's the same thing, because look, there's a 1 right here. X is over 1. 9 is over 7, x is over 1. So because we can do that, we can write it as 9 over 7 times x. And then we can't simplify this unless we wanted to make it a whole number, which just leave it as a fraction for right now. Minus 36 over 7. Is everybody okay with what I just did? Does that make more sense? Does anybody still not understand how to multiply by fractions? Anybody? Does anything about this not make any sense? Does it clarify some things? Are you sure? Okay, but are we done? No. What do we need to do? What's our next step? Add the what? Add 4. That means that we have to add 4 over what? 1. So, we're not adding 4 to anything on this side except for these back fractions. Here we go. Y equals 9 over 7 times the value of x. But we cannot add these fractions the way that they're written. Can you? No, you have to do big crazy math. Yes? Okay, so that means now we need to do this. We have to multiply this times 7 and this times 7. Because you need this to be the same denominator. You can't add unless you have the same denominator. Negative 36 over 7 plus, what's 4 times 7? 28 over 7. And what's negative 36 plus 28? Well, let's count. 28, 29, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. How many numbers is that? 8. And you leave it over 7. Again, our goal is not to copy Ms. Gode. Our goal is to understand what we're doing. So, anybody not understand what we just did? Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand that.
This part? I added. The denominator. So this is the denominator. You can't add negative 36 over 7 plus 4 over 1 because they're not like denominators. So in order to do that, you have to make this be a 7 too. If you make this be a 7, you have to multiply that times 7. So that means that you now have negative 36 over 7 plus 28 over 7. And then you can just add your numerators and put it over your denominator. Okay, we're going to do one more. Which one do you want to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. Go ahead. Do number 3, and then we'll go over it. 3, what do we do? What's my first step? Distribute. What is 6 times negative 5? Negative 30. And what's negative 30 divided by 5? Negative 6. Numerator times numerator, divide by denominator. Especially because I know that this one's over 1. Ready? Now what do I do? Did you get it? And how would I graph this? What would I do? I would start where? At negative 10. That's my starting point. And then I would do what? Up 6 over 5 because it's a positive slope. So he'd be going this direction. Up the mountain. Yes? Okay. Any questions on standard form or point slope form converting to slope intercept form? Any questions? Okay.